So when I think about automobile in general,
Yeah.
I know that it has the most, if not the most, it has a very complex supply chain,
True.
right? A single car can probably have, thousands of suppliers
Yes.
supplying different parts. Think about every car now has thousands of sensors and
True.
then they may be coming. So downstream dependencies are numerous, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, in a crisis like COVID, this is the first industry to be hit, right?
True.
Because it's across continents, across countries, and within countries there could be, several layers, right? I mean, you can probably track till third layer, fourth layer, but beyond that, I think it's very difficult for smaller companies to track. So, would you say the manufacturing for EV? I understand there are battery manufacturers, there are people who are making body parts. So, is it similar level of complexity in EV as well?
In EV, actually started with the problem statement that how to build a good, effective supply chain. That's the real problem more than anything else, because government was giving some incentive, etc. But supply chain needs a little bit, it has some cost, quality, scale. That's where the supply chain falls. So till date, supply chain was just importing material from China. So from last 2 years, I saw that all the that good component maker, they are talking the local manufacturing. Recently, Minda is betting big on that. Boss is betting big on that. Basically, in EV, you need very less but quality. That is a powertrain. Powertrain covers everything: your a battery, motor, then a converter, everything combined. This is called powertrain. And second is your cluster that plays your electronic, because you have to provide some digital screen to the user, and then throttle, bots of. So since evening was taking, EV was taking some parts were here, some was imported, and then sales started because everyone asking that okay, yeah, this cost is not viable. But now the good part is that it's already happening and lots of manufacturing because government is promoting in that direction. So most of the parts are getting manufactured in India. So now subject is that how efficient supply chain we are going to build. Whether some parts they are still bringing from outside, but government is promoting that PLI based scheme to promote local manufacturing, and that's the right trend.
And how does PLI work?
Uh, Initial PLI was based on local internalization based, that if you use maximum internalization vendor, say the local point, government was offering some incentive, but gradually now they are moving there. It was FAME 2 to be very frank, and I think FAME 2 is no more going to exist. Now it's a PME drive. So government has taken next step that they will try to procure EV vehicle. I think there was around 3,400 some money was for bus procurement. When government laid down, so I think that's the right move because uh, as an industry they can build it all the solution, but over that they can't generate the demand. We have to convince. The government only itself is a big buyer for they have so many offices, they purchase procurement part, so they are planning to all the procurement in government offices for the EV vehicle to create a charging infra within their office premises for better charge. So that's a good sign.
Okay. So what I understood was that the supply chain is still in very nascent stage.
True.
It's still getting built up, and government is trying to stimulate the demand side so that
Yes.
people come and build the infra for manufacturing.
True.
Right. That's where we are.
Just to add in conversations, recently they just took there, there are some policies also that if any foreign company invest 500 plus $1 million, etc., they will allow them because FDI lots of rule regulations, because indirectly they were making this favorable for Tesla. So because when big brand comes, they will also bring their supply ecosystem. So I will say we very soon we will be having very good supply chain ecosystem in India because we have a ICE component maker and whichever way EV sales automobile sector is moving, for them same line etc. Just making their local manufacturing, I don't see it's a big challenge.
And so many new players coming in, right? Like
Yeah.
Ola, Bolt, across layers,
Yeah.
charging infra, manufacturing, right? What does it mean for established OEMs in automobile? How have they sort of reacted to this?
Um, this is a very nice question, honestly speaking. In EV space, these all are called technology partner innovators. In a word, in any segment, because everyone start with a very small scale with their niche segment. BMS are partner in the battery management service. They do some niche, battery. They fine tune, the battery management. Someone is working on their cluster experience. Someone is a mobile application, and that force all the OEM also, the traditional OEM, to think about the cloud management. They must have now. I see that every OEM is rushing for their own mobile app.
Hmm.
So every for EV space. Earlier they were saying this is my vehicle. There will be charging company, there will be supplier. That's all, but that's not working because they have to deliver the that seamless experience, overall vehicle experience. So every OEM is building their own digital mobile app, which will cover entire software stack, and that's where you will hear that software-defined vehicle. What is software-defined vehicle? I personally, if you just go 5 years back,
Mm-hmm.
if you have visited any service center,
Mm-hmm.
they will simply say that this tomorrow, if any malfunction happen, you will go and report, and then they will tell you that this company will bring the solution. You come after 3 months, 6 months.
Mm.
So now what is happened with the support of OTA, over the air update? Now all OEM are upgrading their cloud services, and using that, they will be releasing the update to their software. If they have built any software defined vehicle, so every 3 months they will release a new update automatically over there using your M2M SIM. You can upgrade it, and then your vehicle will be upgraded. So this is possible in EV, but you haven't heard this kind of the word in a normal petrol ICE vehicle, because EV vehicle, when you are trying to sell, it gets sold as an applications, because in in a normal car you are just making a car and then you leave on the market, whether they are using as a private usage, a fleet usage, or commercial usage. You are least worried. Your job is about is making a car and then is sold. Let them enterprise figure out. But EV, what happens, every car OEM or two-wheeler, three-wheeler OEM, they have to walk one step ahead. Okay, who are my users? I have to fine tune my vehicle for my logistic purpose. If my Zomato is using, or Swiggy is using, or Amazon is using, because all they have their own SDG maintained. So you are thinking my vehicle will serve that that fleet requirement or not. Accordingly, you have to fine tune that vehicle model. Then personal usage, that has a different requirement. At the same time, you also have to think that somebody wants to modify the vehicle. If they have a little bit, now you see that L5M is a category where you will see that it's a locked. Somebody is making vegetables to sell the vegetable. Somebody is using for the refrigerator or something. So to sell the vehicle, you have to make it little bit customized version as per your segment.
Mm.
So EV has, this is one of the big challenge. That's where overall scale looks a little bit very challenging, because some player is dominating in a two-wheeler, somebody is dominating a three-wheeler. Even within three-wheeler, somebody is servicing the passenger electric vehicle. Somebody is serving good in a commercial cargo segment. So somewhere that in the coming days, maybe this create a good opportunities for our established player, because they have a scale, muscle, everything.
Mm.
Overall, they can build a one-stop solution for end user. But for others, startup or a new age developer company, they have to grow significantly. First, they either bring the solution for two-wheeler, then three-wheeler in a passenger or cargo. They have to
Correct.
grow step by step.
So it's in phases then.
Yeah.
For automobile, uh, long back, I think some investor told me this, that 80% of value is realized through after sales services after
Yes.
the vehicle has left the dealership, and then to replacement parts and after sales the value is created, right? And that's why this service centers and dealership centers, they play an important role, right? The day the car leaves the dealership, actually the OEM has not made any money, right? Is it same for cars in EV? Two-wheeler will come back, but for cars, is it same?
You are absolutely right. When you talk the ICE vehicle, literally all the value chain, down the value chain, they make money by, you will be used to receive the call by the call, the dealer that your service is due. All we are used to get those kind of the calls because first they get the money on the insurance sales. They then their uh, I will say that first service, second service, third service, everywhere they will make money by selling
Correct.
all grease, etc. That's how they know the value chain make money. In ICE, that is the trend. But in EV, you are buying EV because your after sales service costs are negligible. Very few because the number of parts are less. So service cost is also 60-70% less. Normally, you
Okay.
will give for any car, your range will start 6,000 to 10,000.
Yeah.
Somehow it will
Usually.
fall as standard. But here, your servicing should happen 2,000 to 3,000 rupees maximum,
Okay.
and a standard servicing
Including taxes, right? Out the door.
overall, including taxes.
Okay.
But I'm not covering if any specific fault is there. What
Correct.
I'm a very standard normal servicing should go there. The point is that that's where I say that EV is getting sold as a mobility product. So the same dealer is servicing that they are going to sell to the B2B customer in their own area, and
Mm-hmm.
then they dealer is going one step forward. They are creating their own. I will say that dealer operated charging station that helps to demonstrate to nearby and win the confidence of the nearby vicinity user that charging infra is there. I'm here to sell the vehicle. Then they also latch on that nearby fleet operators, so that making money is there, but in a different way. It's not like a user is coming for a servicing. That's where you will make the money. You will make money by owning your charging network. Second, if any additional fleet operator tie-up they are doing, so even they haven't sold that vehicle, those vehicle will come for a charging. They will earn the money. So the process of making money by the servicing has been changed.
Hmm. And out of all the players in the ecosystem at
True.
different layers, which companies do you think are doing interesting work?
Particular any segment, because it has to go in.
So let's say in battery.
Battery. I know one company, Sizeny. I think
It's India based.
it's I think battery swapping company. Recently, they raised 100 million. I know the founder very well in a personal capacity. But if you just going in a very, let's go in a very reputed way.
Mm-hmm.
Both Amara Raja and Excite themselves are investing tons of money for battery storage capacities, then advanced cell. In fact, big players, I think when the government has released some PLI scheme, Reliance has participated, then Ola has participated. For all they are in a rush to the government that, okay, I will set the gigafactory.
Mm-hmm.
So that setting gigafactory, it requires lots of capital,
Correct.
and all the big names are in that race. And news says that very soon, one very industry supporting law our ministry will bring battery storage, where India wants to be self-reliant to promote. I think yesterday you heard that around mineral 16,000 some crore. Mr. Asani has found that some government support will be there.
Mhm.
So government is betting big on energy storage and battery cell manufacturing.
Do
This
we have enough raw materials for batteries in India?
no, still is all imported. I think we are lacking on a mining. We need to have. This is area where government has to work on making favorable mining. I heard that all we have heard in the news that Jammu Kashmir has discovered some cobalt or some the minerals. But the challenge was that it will take a commercial stage. It will take another 5-10 years. So those kind of things where government will have to play the big role.
So let's imagine a typical two-wheeler battery.
Yeah.
What is it made of, and what is the percentage?
It's a battery pack. We say the battery pack, and that's where every vehicle has it's a battery pack associated, and that decide how smooth their charging vehicle running will be there. And now car has the battery pack, a kilowatt based. As higher the battery pack is there, the range will be better. And the good part is that now you will hear that every car is coming with a minimum 400, 500 in a range, so you don't have to worry that that my range, that how fast I can drive.
Mhm.
If you drive fully your car at your home for 300, 400, and you are getting 300 to 400 ranges, that's all. Right? I don't think in a day you will be traveling more than that.